Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in my game showcase series. We're going to be checking out a game I found called Minutescape. And I don't really know what the different options for play are like, so let's just start with the play and see how an hour of it goes. And I do think it's cute how it shows it all up as files, so... I do appreciate the duck though. Ducks are always welcome. I believe the option is to just not get hit, but I mean, as you can see, we're sluggish. And we survived not very long. We got a little bit of credits. We also didn't have much space to move, so, you know. Maybe we can go a little faster. Not too much I can do sometimes. Yeah, we made it a little further. So embarrassing. Blam blam, no other options. Okay, that's fine. We're a little faster, maybe we can do a little better. Can't move too much. This is clearly very deliberate though, so let's unlock the manual. There's a lab. There is a slowly regain health. Alright, well the only thing it will let us get is more speed and expand the box. Well, that would be nice. Having more space would be nice. Oh good. So essential. So you got essentials, upgrades, so you have to pay to actually read it. I think that's hilarious. I love that very important text at the bottom. I'm sure that's important. We'll come look at this as time goes on, I'm sure. Well, we're a little faster. Our box isn't bigger yet, but you know, we should have a little easier time dodging. Well, maybe not. You're clearly very much meant to have a bad start, which is funny. Do better. Well, I mean, it's not the worst, but as you can see, it's not being a walk in the park. So we'll get a little bit more health. We'll look at our book. What do you got going on? Oh, if you have enough, it shows you. You earn more of these every time one of them spawns. Spawn rate increases exponentially. Survive longer to earn faster. Good. Oh, so you have to get this amount to do it. Maybe it then stays unlocked? I mean, we didn't start accruing towards it until we bought it. I think I understand. So we don't have to pay to read it. Still. It's not like it gave me any actual information that was useful, so I mean... I think that's very funny. I like the idea of a manual that doesn't actually do anything for you. I think that's pretty funny. Some upgrades are locked. To unlock them by adjacent upgrades. Some may need upgrades from multiple sides to be unlocked. Break me out now. Oh, I think there's someone trapped in our book. Maybe? I hope so. There wasn't really any dodging that one, I think. There's enough things coming at us, I don't think we can dodge all of them, that's for sure. But we are steadily getting a little further each time. We can... There's speed. Can't buy that at all. We can make the box bigger finally. That would be nice. Okay. It's a little bigger. Did you see how little that increased? That's hilarious. I love this. I love this. It's so unfair. It's great. Yeah. But we got 50. That's the highest we've ever seen. Right click and drag or use the arrow keys to scroll through the upgrades. Use the mouse wheels to zoom in or out. I hope you knew this already. No. You taught me literally nothing. I think it's great. A timer and vulnerability time on hit. Multiplier income with the resource we haven't found yet. We'll get a timer. Market. Can't get that at all, actually. We got a timer now. It tells us how long we've lasted for. We're getting there about 30 seconds. Well, I had no chance of getting that. It wasn't around long enough for me to... I think I don't have to get it. I think I need to highlight. Oh, it actually gave me one that's not awful for lasting 30 seconds. Okay. That's funny. Why does it say I have progress towards it, even though I clearly don't? That's what I'm wondering. It's not that I can't unlock it. It's that it kind of shows some progress towards it, even though I have not gotten any of whatever resource it looks like it's talking about. Yeah, I know. You're very upset at me. It's very sad. Oh, is that... Oh, this is how a percentage of it's unlocked for me to grab. I get it, I get it. So you have to satisfy its surrounding things. So it wasn't that I was close to buying it with my materials. It's that I've almost unlocked the ability to buy it. Understood. It's so minimalistic, you kind of gotta figure it out through empirical trial and error. I think if we get to 30, it might let us actually buy that next thing, so. We'll give ourselves a little bit more room. It might make it a little easier. I mean, we're still not really at what I would call zippy, you know? I don't know how we get that. Unless we have to make the box big enough to get it. And then get a magnet bit if I can attract it. That's funny if so. very big box would be a very, very fun upgrade. But our box is getting bigger, and I guess we have to make it big enough to get those. Maybe that's the play. So you're just not meant to get whatever resource that is until you make your box big enough to get. Or you get a magnet that attracts it. One of those two, or both, you know? It could be either. It could, that sucked. Yeah, I definitely can't highlight it, so. I feel like we're definitely not meant to easily get that, but you know, we'll get some attract. Maybe that'll do the thing. We still have to survive for 30 seconds for it to even show up, so attract may not actually do anything for us for a little bit. We did get one. We got it. More income. Look at that. We'll be balling in no time. What do we got? Start appearing after a few seconds. Pick them up to earn them, but this will make you bigger. There must be a way to stop that. Help me. So each of those will make me larger. Okay. So you become larger until you are kablooey. Hilarious. More box. More box. I don't think invulnerability time's gonna help me until I really upgrade it. We're not hopefully getting hit that often that we need that yet. It's always been chip damage that gets me there, not being hit multiple times, like a second or something. Though maybe it is ramping up, so, you know. Maybe the time is now. Our box continues to enlarge. Which continues to give us some options, but, you know. We are getting some now that we've made things big enough for that to happen. That's a resource we haven't seen yet. This one's additive, this one's probably multiplicative. We'll start regenning. We'll increase the box bigger. We're gonna start having better and better runs, I think. Now if we get some chip damage, maybe it'll slowly fix itself. Let's see. It is slowly fixing itself. Look at you go, game. Ouch. Ouchity, ouch, ouch. Yeah, it didn't work out so easily. It's okay. That's another resource purchase we haven't seen. Oh, good. Going faster would be nice, and I guess that's the next major purchase we'll start putting, well, not that that would have helped us in scenarios where there just wasn't a good place to stand, but being faster would let us make choices if we did that. Okay. Definitely getting punked on this one. Although you certainly aren't meant to live very long. We got a little bit faster of a speed. I don't think I could have dodged that one with what I had going. Oh, that's so bad. That was such a bad combo. We didn't even get to 30. It's okay. Sometimes you just have to pick a spot to get hit in so you don't get hit by even more. Hey, we got enough. We could... I think I'm gonna unlock the lab. This might give us some stuff. Let's see what the lab has going on. Oh, good. Oh, this gives us actual abilities. Okay. I think we need to get 1,000 for that, so I guess maybe that was not the best first purchase, but there was no way of specifically knowing at that stage, so... They definitely get faster over time. It's not just that there's more of them, I think they do slowly get faster. This one we're not doing too bad. Yep, we'll multiply our income. Get a little faster. Okay. I don't think I increased the size of the box, did I? That's not something I've been putting money into. I've been putting money into speed, so something has been changing the size of the box anyway. So maybe speed is busted and is actually size. Am I crazy? It did feel like the box got bigger. Or does the box get bigger every time you open it to whatever size you bought it to? Yeah, you definitely have to just straight up spend that amount. Okay. Yeah, we don't have that ability yet. More regen will just make us last a little longer, hopefully. Yeah, I don't think this game is probably the longest. They usually aren't, but I was interested in seeing what it was about because I do like incrementals, and this one does seem to be doing more of the dodge mechanic kind of thing, which is an interesting take on it. We made it to 45. Not that I know if that's like a turning point or something. It's just, it seemed noteworthy. Let's make our box bigger. This time we're gonna do it. Go faster. Oh, this is a green purchase. Okay, that's interesting. This. Yeah, new material for that. Box got bigger. Yeah, it doesn't take especially long for us to regen from chip damage now, so that's pretty nice. It should just lengthen the games a little bit. Look at how big we got by the end. Like, not much we can do about that until we figure out whatever reduces the size, so that's just a matter of exploring, I think. Sure, let's see. Oh. So we can make ourselves a little smaller. Is that a permanent thing, or is it? Oh, it regenerates. Oh, interesting. I'll have to get used to actually utilizing that. It's more like a use it when you know you're likely to get hit thing and hope for the best. Seems to be a percentage thing, so interesting. Okay, let's multiply things up. To worry too much in the beginning. Our chip damage will just slowly repair itself until about the 30-second mark. That's when I'll start needing all of this the most. So I need to kind of save it until I'm in actual trouble. I would say this constitutes actual trouble, by the way. Not much I could do about that, though. We keep on making it right around a 49. The ramp up is pretty crazy. Armor. That sounds pretty nice. Also, this sounds really nice too. We need to reduce that size growth. Get some armor. Oh, well, interesting. That would be another one that we don't have that currency. Okay, well at least we continue to have more options. That's cool. We have armor, not that I know how much that actually affects, but I assume it just means we take a little less damage each hit. So that would be pretty good actually. Of course, the best thing is probably just not to be hit if you can avoid that, so... well... can't always avoid it, I guess. As you can see, they're definitely getting faster. We got more than we ever did 2 seconds further. Okay. More income has been maxed. Even bigger box, hilarious. Yeah, I think it just expands every time I enter. I kept on thinking it was getting bigger for my purchases, and maybe it just auto expands every time you enter. It definitely has very strong one more run vibes to it, but that's probably a good thing. Ouch. Ouchie, ouch, ouch, ouch. Definitely makes the ouch sound every time I pick up one of these health and these pluses, by the way. So it's very interesting. Well, we continue to upgrade, we will get prop places, I believe it. What is nice is that this is definitely one that you don't need a bunch of keys to play. In fact, it doesn't use any keys so far at all other than mouse click. And that's just for the ability. So I can get behind something that's minimalistic in controls. Oh, that was another 5 seconds farther than we've ever made. We're almost to the minute mark. That's another regen thing for a currency we haven't seen. I'm gonna guess the next currency shows up after the minute, though, if you're wondering. Like, I kind of get the pattern, 30 seconds and then 1 minute. Who knows what the next currency is gonna do to us, because this one actively, like, makes your game harder, so... I imagine that's not going to do good things for us either. Though we're starting to mitigate that with that skill. This is not going to be the minute run. Oh, that would be quite nice, actually. That would be very nice, to be fair. I mean, I guess the smarter thing would be to save up for the multiplier to the red, but I would actually argue that we have a very minimal need for red at this moment, because while the upgrades are very expensive, there's not that many of them. But the other ones are starting to get expensive too, so maybe I should save up for at least the next notch, which might take a run or two. We got one. Less bad than expected. We did it. Okay, what you gotta say, Manual? They act similarly to that, except they will actively try to hit you. Okay. So they're attacking me. They're to be dodged, so they're not just a resource. Well, I knew they wouldn't be good for me. Got several choices to go with. I think the most obvious one to get first is that one, but it was kind of miraculous we made it that far anyway, so. Well, of the upgrades that we can get, I think that the best ones are these two. health does help a little bit, but really what determines it is just kind of like luck on whether it gets too complicated for me to parse at a certain point or not. And yes, I am aware that this is basically the Undertale experience, outside of the emotional nonsense. So like, I do recognize that. I feel like it's also doing its own thing. We got to a minute and got another tick, but it wasn't enough to get an upgrade. We can multiply. See a much more expensive one. Interesting. Well, reducing their max speed would also be quite nice, I suppose, because they do get faster and faster. I was right. I had a feeling. And I see spots for several more tabs at the bottom, at least 3, I think. So there's still a fair amount to unlock in this, it seems. You've only gotten the first ability as well, so I don't know how much is in this game. But there's always been upgrades to choose from, and I actually really appreciate that. I played some incremental games where they seem to give you a lot of upgrades, but you basically need every upgrade to progress, and this is definitely very much a quasi-random and skill-based one. Like, you can just be very skillful and able to parse this, and I will admit, while I've been gaming a long time and I have some ability, this is not my particular strong suit, so. Ouch, 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 but we did get 1 credit towards it because we lasted to the minute. There's an even more expensive version of that. So red still remains important, it looks like. It's just a thing that'll continue to happen. Oh, we can go faster? Of course we can go faster. Why would I even suspect that we couldn't? I bet the box gets bigger too. Would that be shocking? But at least this part becomes pretty manageable. Like, it takes a while for you to have a decent survival rate, but like the upgrades do make a significant difference. I want to see someone that beats this game without actually having any upgrades, though. That would be pretty crazy. Didn't quite make it. Tragic. We could make the box bigger. I think that we want to save up for the multiplier, though. I suspect that it's time. I don't think making the box a little smidge bigger is going to be what makes and breaks our progress at this point. Like, it's just getting a good run where I don't get punked at the wrong moment, so. Well, that was a little better. I'll give it that. Not quite there, but that was better. If we get another run that lasts over a minute, I think we'll start being able to buy those upgrades. Well, we did make quite a bit of progress past that because I started being able to dodge the purple ones. So, of course, the first thing is more income. There's another currency beyond this. I'm seeing that right now. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? That's funny. I did suspect that there was more to the game, like I'd already said that, so I'm not too surprised. I don't know if the next one's going to be another collectible or another thing to dodge. I suspect the next one will be another collectible. I think that trend is likely to continue, and the next one will do something else to us. Or it'll do the same thing but worse. That's my suspicion. I wouldn't say I'm getting better at reading it, but I'm starting to get a better idea of which trajectories are specifically very dangerous for me. And while I can't promise necessarily significantly improved play as I go along, I could definitely promise I will continue to play. Like, that max speed is like intentionally difficult to parse. Although I am starting to get a little bit more used to it. Well, we're now 11 minutes into the second minute. The ultimate goal is to survive for 5 minutes. I don't think I ever stated that. That's what it said on the tin. So, we're definitely not there, that's for sure. We can get the next notch on this. There's a multiplier. So we've maxed out this one. So at least we can feel a little happier spending it on whatever we think will actually improve our situation. So the next ability was 20. I guess we can look at it and see if we think it'll actually improve our situation and decide if we want to spend it over increasing our income. I mean, this ability is actually pretty good once you get used to it. It's really easy to go through it all, but if you just feather touch it, it's not so bad. It does regenerate, but you know, the most important time you need it's at the end of the run anyway, but definitely might be worth feather touching it if you have like a bad situation kind of like that. Of course, I'm not utilizing it great. I think I got hit by every single one. Read it until we have that much. I thought maybe it would show me because we had reached it once, but I guess I have to read it when I have the amount. Gross. Break the box? That might be fun. Our box is getting bigger. I do think it aims for where you're at, so you do have to keep moving. It's crazy, the enemy's aiming for you. Who would have guessed? Well, it wasn't great either. There's just more upgrades behind everything, huh? Learn to turn pages. There must be more upgrades behind this. That's hilarious. Like, not more upgrades, more pages of help. Let's unlock the market. Maybe this gives us a new mechanic. Oh boy. Well, huh. Interesting. So if we finish a resource, it gives us something to spend it on. Or if there's something particular we really, really, really want, I guess that gives us a way of getting it. So maybe that wasn't the best purchase, but I guess 10 is not the biggest ask either, so. My next significant upgrade for this was at least 20 to 40 or 50, so. Which if we wanted to, we could supplement that immediately by like converting green or something like that to purple, so. I think one run would replace it if we wanted to spend our resources that way. At least getting to a minute isn't that difficult anymore. What do we got? Keep the simulation running for 5 consecutive minutes. I need to escape. I need to escape. Yep, I think they want to escape. I feel like that's what they're interested in. Get a little faster. So I can't exchange for something I don't have yet, right? Is that what I'm understanding? So it looks like there's 5 materials, of which we've seen 3. So I did feel like there was more hiding behind it. Which greens do we want to buy? Looks relatively cheap. Oh, that could be useful. Using less charge would mean we could actually do that. Charge regen. Oh, there's a lot of good stuff hiding behind this. I think that will improve our in-game play as just being able to be smaller for longer, because like it goes so quick. Well, that's as long as we've ever made it. Let's look. What do you got? Okay, we can slow things down. That's a different charge, I think. So it looks like it's about like half time, if I was gonna guess. So maybe when we move at half speed too. Okay, that's what I had to test. So it's just makes it easier to parse. So we could feather touch that when it gets difficult rather than the other one. Or we could do both. I think we could do both. Yeah. It uses much more of the bar though, so be careful with that, I guess. Well, 3 more seconds, for what it's worth. That looks very interesting, whatever that is. Oh. So you had to go here to even see these. Time machine. I see you over there, time machine. Hmm. 75. Crazy. So I don't know what the other abilities could be unless they're upgrades to these, because nothing else has wanted me to press anything on another key, so. Unless it starts giving me choices, so I don't actually know what to expect. Well, it didn't work too well, but you know, it won't work perfectly every time. So I guess we'll increase our maximum charge. Unlocking a time machine that we can't buy upgrades for yet. Let's give it another one for the road. Yeah, it didn't work out so well, but hey, that's how life is sometimes. It doesn't always work out so well. Bam. Tell me about your time machine. So I guess we should basically come in here and start getting the multipliers. I think that's what we should save up for. But yeah. So everyone, this has been Minutescape. I am gonna take a short break and then we can head back into it. Y'all take care, and I hope you enjoyed the game showcase. Bye-bye for now.